Hey you guys, how's it going? It's Klaireeberry and I'm here today to bring to you the Divine Feminine reading. I'm so glad that you are here. Lot to talk about, I hope you've been keeping up. If you have not caught the last couple of videos, you're going to want to do that. I don't say that. In fact, I've never said that. I'm not just trying to self-promote. We need to stay on top of what is going on. The more, the more information, the more knowledge, the more intuition that we can have and share with each other, the better. Okay, let's take some underlying energy here for Divine Feminine. Okay, Temperance. This energy is coming through as like we're being tempered. We're doing our own work too, but keeping our own energies flowing properly. That's our goal, that's our focus, that's our intent. And we are manifesting so much right now by this focus and this balance that we have. Okay? This is it's really striking me as, authenticity. Authenticity. The courage to be yourself. Okay? Knowing enough to know that whatever you're looking for, you're going to find. Training yourself deeper and deeper. This is really happening. Like, we are getting somewhere. Our gifts, we are in tune. We are more in tune, dare I say, than ever. And yes, we have to protect that. This is all an accumulation of all this building, all this learning, all this growing, all this practicing. We've been practicing too. Not just doing the mental, the inner, the learning. Actually doing. Follow through. Okay? Following through with kind of this new idea of what we believe. We're treating ourselves more with self-love and more with this understanding, and we're standing up for ourselves more. The more we see, the better we feel, the better we do, the better we do long term. Okay? So really this is, and again, people are okay, well, this may not feel so easy all the time, okay, to go through these incredible changes that, not only that we're going through personally, but that we're going through, collectively as well. Okay, repositioning, reflecting is huge, okay? And we need to have some fun while we're exploring our new lives, our new identities, our new selves, our new, this new world that we're in. It's kind of like somebody once told me, when I was really, really young, when you're driving by something and you look at it and it looks different every single time. And I never really noticed that before, but it really stuck with me. Obviously, still here I am, 38 years old, still thinking about this, which was said decades and decades ago. And it just really hit me. It really is true. The way that we feel, the way that we are, ourselves are regenerating. The stagnancy that we live in, if we do live in any stagnancy, which I think all of us do at certain times, it's our own mind. It's our own, and our problems too. It's our own minds. We create our own problems. We project onto other people what we, our own selves, are doing and thinking and feeling about our own selves. And that's why we have to do the shadow work. That's why we have to get the program. That's why we have to commit. You have to commit to your own future. Do you love yourself or not? Do you love yourself or not? Are you acting like it? Are you allowing yourself to be in a good vibration? Are you allowing yourself to have fun? Are you allowing yourself to feel sexy? Are you spicing your life up yourself? Or are you waiting for somebody else to do that for you? Okay, as long as you're waiting for your twin flame to do that for you, you're not going to be doing it for yourself, and you're going to be expecting things. And when you're pushing that expectation, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It's the energy. You could be asking for a $2 bill or a $1 bill. And if you have desperate energy, your person's going to find a way to not want to be able to give you that, you know? Example, obviously. We have to be able to laugh at ourselves. We have to be able to grow. We have to be able to temper this energy. And yes, it can be anger. Yes, it can be frustration, Mars and Aries, all of this stuff, but it can be so much more. Do not fall in the trap of thinking this is all negative. Okay? I keep saying that. I know, you know, it's one of those things. We got to laugh. We got to laugh and we got to stay grounded with our Virgo, you know, with all of this earth energy that we have. And allow yourself to be. I think it's a really good time, you know, honestly, to learn. Okay, but it's a good time to just meditate. Let everything kind of balance out. Okay, and you know, sometimes when you've had a really busy day, a lot of, you know, possibly even trauma, you know, and you just go home and you sit somewhere and you just zone out. Zone out. That's the energy. That's some of those underlying energy. We're going to zone out. We're going to take our time to recharge our own batteries. However we may like to do that. Okay, you need to have those rituals. Okay, self-care, self-love rituals. You need to be in the bliss bubble. That's what this is all about. I don't care. This is talking about masturbation today, like big time here. This is like you have the key, and honestly, you don't need anybody else. This is so independent. This is like such Aquarius, like just independent energy here. Okay? But it's loving it. It's truly loving. If you love your own self, then you love your own company and you're not afraid to be alone. That is this energy. It's tempering all of those tendencies that we just kind of naturally fell into, whatever. Okay? Those tendencies to overcompensate, you know, to put ourselves last. Oh, how could we even do that? You know, we're not there anymore. We're not allowing it. We can't continue allowing that same thing. And if we continue to do it, it's going to get worse and worse. And this time, the people who are going to have the most issues are going to be the ones who are ignoring all of this inner stuff, who are just covering it up. Drugs, alcohol, sex, you know, TV, gambling. Like, I don't even know what people do these days. The point is stop. Stop doing what you're doing. Cease. Just stop. That's what I said before. Just stop. Let yourself zone out. Let yourself meditate. Let yourself rest. Literally catch up on sleep. You know, we're talking about realize, reflect, you know, rediscover, repent, you know, all of these things. Anything is good in retrograde. Realize, right? Reflect. But rest starts with too. It's a really good idea to just surrender. Go with the flow. See what you can be, the most yin you can possibly be. Okay, and that doesn't mean like hide your emotions. Like, I get it that there's times where we just have to speak our truths. We just have to say what we want to do. But here's the thing with all this energy that we just had coming through in those cards, it should feel good. If you want to argue with somebody on, you know, whatever platform right now, it's like, fine, do it. I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying don't do it if it's getting your negative, if it's actually lowering your energy. Like, if you can say, I'm actually helping people, I'm actually having a good discussion, you know, maybe it could get a little bit heated, but you're actually getting like something done. And you will know that feeling, you know, that yes, you know, this is good. It's not just that, oh, rah, 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 you know, somebody's arguing with me, I gotta stand my ground type of thing. Okay. And it's funny because we're talking about and anger ends in it's like backwards. It's exactly what it's the flip, because it's Mars, but it's retrograde. So if you noticed, we had what I felt and the way that I perceived it was like a lot of really, really rah, rah, rah energy. And even now it's like up and down. It's like up and down. But a lot of people now are in the retrograde phase where it's just like stop, just and no energy, you know, just like wanting to just not do anything. And again, it's kind of this natural tendency for our bodies to heal themselves, and our energy, you know, for us to just heal ourselves. And that is like, again, our bodies will do it, or we will heal ourselves if we get out of our own way. Okay. So it's like getting back to nature, you know, going on that camping trip, going on that little road trip. You can still do that even here in 2020. Okay. Let's get into a little bit more. We want to, ooh, got some cards flipping, flopping, trying to be sneaky. Okay. So let's go ahead and just look at Divine Feminine energy towards her Divine Masculine. So she sees her man or her woman, it doesn't matter, or whatever, as your partner, right? As like, of course, like, oh, so alluring. I mean, that's like goes without saying, of course. Like the heart is like beating for this person. Of course, there's drama. Of course, there's stuff that gets in the way and is currently possibly blocking. And, you know, again, this is just like we're like working out some emotions here about our person that's guiding us and leading us. Is the, you know, it's kind of the yin and the yang, you know. But this is also seeing a little bit of immaturity in your person. Okay, so you may ask yourself, turn it around on yourself. We have that power. How are you being maybe a little bit immature here? Okay. A little bit, a lot of people are doing this, like going back to behaviors that they, you know, we always talk about relearning, reverting back to old habits is a thing. It's definitely a thing right now, again, because we're already, remember, it's re. So naturally, and especially when you're in that reptilian mindset, when you're in that lower mindset, that can happen, you know, a lot more. So, you know, again, it's always good to use these reflections, you know, how we're seeing our person, how we may truly feel about our person. And, you know, a lot of times we think the same thoughts and we don't even question them, you know? So it's kind of like, do we want to think of our person like this? You know, maybe they are being immature, and maybe, you know, that's fine. But again, be careful of blaming, you know, and like putting it all on them, because again, this can be the Divine Feminine on both sides, really, which can, you know, you can cross watch and it reflects both ways. So the relationship here, I feel like it's fun. It's like smart and promising. It makes sense. You think it makes sense, you know, it's, you know, that it brings you within, you know, that it takes you nowhere but, you know, deeper and higher, you know, that no matter how much work that it is, again, we have fun doing it, and the good outweighs the bad. And let me tell you something, guys, if you happen to be here, have stumbled upon this, and you don't feel like the good outweighs the bad, then you should really take a serious look at this. Okay? Take a serious look. And if your person is abusive in any way, even verbally or emotionally, and that includes ghosting all the time. I mean, there is a certain level of ghosting that twin flames are known for. Okay? But again, if it's more ghosting than it ever is fun, or if it's more destructive to you, you know, you have to really be honest. Okay? Not to say I think that is what's going on here. I just wanted to throw that out there because, of course, this is the big world and there's always the possibility. And, you know, we can all learn, I think, so much from these. And I know a lot of people do watch these when they're single because, again, you can just look at it as the Divine Masculine inside of yourself or the Divine Feminine inside of yourself and how these energies are playing out. Okay? Because we all have them. And it's kind of juggling these, which is kind of the big struggle in life, you know? And it's juggling everything, you know, the world outside, the world inside, the stars, like just the energies of what's going on. We're kind of weathering the storm here. Okay, but I feel like we have a lot of ambition here, Divine Feminine has a lot of ambition, you know, and both, the thing is even though, you know, we can say, oh, we've been acting in an immature way, probably on both sides here. Again, there's a connection. Even though, you know, there's that little bit of, okay, it's immature, it's still very transformative energy, okay? Because, yes, you may have been a certain way in the past, and now you're not staying the same. Things are not, you know, we found truth here. Energy is rising, okay? Tension, passion, it's all rising. The gates are opening up, let me tell you guys. Okay, we do have a really good situation, okay, that I'm happy to tell you. Thank God it is the end on, I think, the 15th, the end of, or it might be on Friday. Sorry, I don't have it in front of me, just off of memory. It's the end of Venus square Mars, okay? So, of course, squares are not necessarily positive, and you know, that's our love and our money. You know, and what do people fight about the most? Money, you know. And then you have Mars, and that's, again, with all this fiery energy squaring off. It's just, you know, it is what it is. And that's why we just are going with the flow here. Weathering the storm, going with the flow. Keep on doing the work that you've been doing. And I feel like this is really a lot about communication. And it's deep communication with yourself, but you have to understand you're so one with your person on the inside that your communication with yourself basically is your communication with your person. That's why when we do work, it totally, almost instantaneously affects your person. Okay? In one way or another. And everybody has their different ways and different gifts of sort of manipulating and working with the energies. Okay? But this is all good if we let it be. And again, if we work with it. Work with the just the flow. Again, the way everything's going, use it, spin it, find that silver lining always. Okay? It's like these old adages, the tried and true. In a way, you know, in a way, no. Okay, but I think for like getting through, there's excitement building too. Okay, but as far as, again, I think we know that it takes a certain amount of vulnerability. It takes a certain amount of connection, you know. I think we know maybe we're not quite where we want to be with it. So we finally realized we don't have to force it, or we are realizing we don't have to force it. And that's why it's Mars retrograde. We don't have to force it. Okay. So one of the things too, let's go ahead and take this in because I know we got a little bitty table now. Okay. So yes. Okay. Over the next week or so, definitely a good time to, oh, here we go. Energy doesn't want to come out. You're sneaky. Okay. Definitely a good time to go within here. Okay. Go within. This is all about trusting that intuition to bring you. This is trusting in the universe that what your heart truly desires is made for you. Otherwise, it wouldn't be that strong. It wouldn't be that deep. Okay, out of this world love. Out of this world love. I know that nobody else can compare. That's how you know. That's why you're here. Nobody else can compare to your person. And they feel the same way. They know. They know like you know. Maybe not 100% all the time, every single second of the day. Bet you don't either. And again, the more of that security, of this emotional security we do have, this is coming through too as a weekend in Cancer, Friday and Saturday. Cancer moon, just as we're coming out of the end of Mars, square Venus. So Friday and Saturday, could be very, very beautiful. Even Sunday too, Leo energy. Again, there's some creative energy. There's a lot of partnership energy here. And I feel like the thing is, a lot of us are moving past the labels. We're moving past the definitions and the set out plans for how our lives should go. So we're doing things in a different way. We're doing things according to our own feelings, what we want to do, you know, and it's guiding us. It's gonna work for us, even if it doesn't feel like it is right now. Okay, we have to find our own way. Everybody has to find their own way. That's the whole thing. You gotta pick. You gotta do something you love. If you're gonna do it for the rest of your life, you better make sure it's something that you actually enjoy doing. Otherwise, it's not even gonna last. Okay, so again, there's this underlying energy with all this Leo still. It's like, I feel like we're finding our fun again. We're going to regrow our passion. And we've talked about this, how it's slow and steady, and that's what it is. Growing something does not happen overnight. It does not, does it? No, not usually. Sometimes it can take years before these plants grow, and then poosh, bamboo, you know? Bamboo. Bamboo, baby. Okay, but again, you can't get lost in the relationship. Once you start talking, once you start connecting again, which I feel will be soon, stay in control of your emotions. Don't force anything. Don't do big confrontations at this time. But if it's right, and you know, there is some open communication energy here, you know, even though there's also this energy pull. It's kind of like maybe right now, maybe again, this growing, you know, little small steps, checking in, touching base, more like friends, acting, friendship. You got to have that basis underlying a friendship, even if you started hot and heavy from the start. Okay. Love to get a conversation going about how you met your twin flames. Please let me know down below how you met your twin flame. It just came to me and I just am so curious now. I love it. I met mine online. Plenty of fish. I don't think I've ever admitted that on here or possibly to anyone. No, that's not true. This is, yeah, it's being authentic, being your authentic self. Being your authentic self helps other people. It really helps yourself. Okay, it helps you work things out. It helps other people work things out. Helps us all to rise, to heal. Okay, to feel better. And we all need to feel better. We all need, again, self-love rituals, taking care of ourselves. And it is taking care of our emotions. This is shadow work, you know. We are being rewarded. When we do the work, we get our magic. Okay, all over the grid. Okay, you know deep down what you want, and you know deep down that it's yours. You know, you're following your heart. You are. Okay, and like I said, as long as you are within the parameters, there's nothing crazy. You know, because if there is, you got to step back. You got to build up. You got to grow it. You got to believe that you deserve it. And if you're allowing disrespect in any way, shape, or form, you're not showing yourself that you deserve it, and you're operating out of a fear-based energy where you're probably scared to be alone, scared to die, you know, be the old cat lady. Like we're programmed and conditioned to be dependent on, you know, whatever, a lot of things. Okay, be dependent on everything, anything they can control. They want to keep us dependent on. Okay, and it's pretty much everything these days. Their advertisements and psychology, they know how to get inside people's head, and people don't pay attention, and then their lives are, you know, because they're not getting out in nature. They're not paying attention to their feelings, even much less their subconscious, like energies, mental and emotional energies. Okay, but we do have, again, this waning moon over the next week or so, going up into the new moon on the 17th. Again, it's just, we're going to feel like going within, staring at the sky, being, you know, zoning out, being in nature, being that yin, be the yin. Okay, it's like do the work, do what you need to do to survive, to get by. Spend the rest of your time on healing work, on the shadow work. Go to the shadow work playlist that I have here on YouTube. It's gonna help. It's right here next to this because it's what's fueling each other. This is what's, the love is what's making you want to go do the inner work. The inner work is in turn giving back, and it's a cycle. Okay. So let's get specifically into blockages and solutions. So again, go with the flow, go with the flow, go with the flow, but also open to change. Okay. Open to change. Okay, and there is a lot of creative energy this weekend. It is, Friday is a good time to start something new, you know, in a way. In a way. It's a 1 number day, so then you have a 2, then you have a 3 throughout the weekend. So could be, you know, a good weekend for new beginnings. And it doesn't have, don't necessarily jump to the biggest expectations in the world, but be ready to celebrate the small ones. And that goes for everything in your life. Okay, lots of reverse energy here, as you can see. So again, very important. As you can tell in these past couple of readings, we've been having a lot of reverse. And again, that usually either means in the future or that it's very important when it's all together like that. I always take it usually as very, very important. Okay. So again, so much going on that's blocking us. I mean, and this is, a lot of it is tricks our mind is playing on us, denial, you know, times that we just let things slide and allowed ourselves to act in a way that was less than, you know, it's like that saying that, you know, when you make this idea that when you make a bad choice, it's easier to make the bad choice the next time, and vice versa. You know, if you make a good choice, you have positive reinforcement and you're more likely to make that good choice again. So you have to be really careful, and you're just dealing with these residuals from the past that, you know, you haven't dealt with. We haven't gone deep enough to deal with these. Lots of shadow work needed again. Lots of shadow work needed here. Okay. We are raging out, and it's not just against the machine here. You see this? I need to get this to focus. There we go. Okay, you see that? Little scary little snake down here. Really, 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 I think there's a lot of just overreaction, you know. It's a lot of pent up energy that's floating around right now. A lot of misdirected hostility. But I want to tell you guys, there is hope. Okay, like I said, 15th, end of Mars square Venus. Okay, then again, we have beautiful Cancer healing moon this weekend, you know, kind of feeling home again, zoning in on the yin, zoning in on the yin, you know, going within, starting something new this weekend. And just really, I think by Sunday too, coming into Leo on a 3-day, it's going to be a really creative, you know, it's like the magic of the two coming together. I feel like maybe Friday might just be self-love, and then Saturday and Sunday might be more about, you know, possibly getting some communication going, you know, possibly, you know, even meeting up, you know, it's open. But again, if you feel too stressed or anything, you know, you might want to just limit it, because again, it's a good time to focus on the self, and it's a good time to focus on the self-healing as well. And with the yin energy kind of pulling us, that you also have to see, you know, how you feel, and always go with your own intuition as well. You know, we talk about how great you are, we talk about how powerful you are, but, you know, never discount your own intuition. And the best times, you know, and the most progress I see with people that I work with is that people who are using and clearly, you know, working with me and using their intuition along with the things that I have to offer them, the program and the readings, which I have in the description box below. The program goes through the inner child healing work, shadow work, and the holistic law of attraction. And it is a video program. And again, description box below will get you into union with your person to help you heal and get on this road, get along the road. You know what I mean? Okay. So I want to dissect this 4 of Swords a little bit here, and this 9 of Swords. So again, thoughts, beliefs, and expectations, you know, And of course, it is law of attraction, because again, this is just what we've been, the raw crazy is really, like I said, what we've been attracting from the past. It's what we expect from the past. And that's why, in a way, we always try to go with the flow. Everything happens for a reason. I chose this life. I chose this path. Again, everything happens for a reason. This is my path. And knowing that everything you go through can make you stronger, help you help other people. Constantly tell myself these things when the going gets rough. Okay? Having those little nuggets, that you carry around with you just to give yourself strength and to calm yourself down, figuring out these things that actually work for you. And guys, meditation. It's not a hokey thing. It's not a boring thing. It's a must do. It's a must expand your practice over years. Okay, type of a thing. It's even more essential than yoga. Everybody talks about yoga. I'm like, and they really are using yoga in a really shallow way just to try to get a body or a picture or a pose instead of actually, like doing what it's used for and having the mentality behind it. It's just like, again, that's not authentic. We're not going to keep on living those types of inauthentic lives. And again, this healing road might be kind of long. We might feel like, is it ever going to end? But we are getting somewhere. And this, when we pull it together with the holistic law of attraction, again, when you use the holistic law of attraction with the shadow work, that's what's really, really, really good to really, again, create this change, really, really have that fast kind of growth where you're like, oh shit, I just came a long way, we just made some leaps, because that's what we want. We all want results. We want movement. We want change. We want growth. But what do we have? What if we get that, when we get that to that point, is it an accident? No, of course not. Because you see way back here, we have our little goat, our little Capricorn goat friend. Okay. And this is our earth energy. This is our stellium that we've had the past month. All this Virgo energy. Working hard. Okay. Working hard and growing. And again, I think, so the bonsai symbolism down here too, kind of, I'm not sure exactly, but if that's exactly what that is, would be there, but that's what it's resonating for me right now. And that's just, when you're stifling your own growth for whatever reason, okay? Stifling your growth by not doing work, okay? And if you're getting somewhere, it's because you are doing work, okay? And again, there's a lot of up and down energy, a lot of back and forth. We think we're going to be good, and then, something else happens, and then, but again, just keep finding those silver linings and keep communicating. Keep communicating. It's like, it's still that energy of, you don't know. You never know when the last time, not to be morbid, but you literally never know when the last time you're going to see somebody is. So don't leave ever anything unspoken. That's part of being authentic. And that's part of being a leader at this time. I am really feeling a lot of leaders, and this, this is beautiful. This is the way. This is the way that we all, we're all evolving this way. You used to have people say, like 70 to 90% of people in this country used to say they're religious, and now 75% of people, probably 80, 20, 75, whatever, somewhere around there for both of those stats, really. But, now it's more 75 would say they're spiritual, rather. And that's because we're getting past this dogma of, I'm the male patriarchal figure that's going to tell you how to do what to do. No, this is the gathering of minds, okay? This is everybody being able to figure it out for themselves a little bit, follow their heart, picking and choosing, what of this, again, it's whatever resonates with you. And you'll have a better, clearer picture about what is good for you. The more you kind of go within again. And again, it's letting go of other things. It's letting go of things we put into our bodies, being a little bit more pure with our health, even with our homes. This is beautifying ourselves, beautifying our homes. If you love your person, of course you want to make yourself, the best that you can be. I mean, that's just the way that it is, but it can't be shallow. It's got to be true self-love. And true self-love is getting my program, doing the shadow work, doing the inner child healing, and of course the holistic law of attraction. And again, because these work so well together. Okay. So we have the underlying, theme, the can't get it off our mind, wanting some passion, needing some passion. Okay? I get it. And I feel like you are heard. And again, don't doubt that there are little messengers, carrying your messages right over to your person and sharing your energy. And if you're open-hearted right now, if you're forgiving, if you're loving, if you're in that vibration of unconditional love, that is when you will receive the texts and the calls. And, that is when you will figure out, what it is that you need to say to make it better. Communication, communication, communication. Not angry, not lashing out, not in our lower vibration. We have to do what it takes to conquer that lower bitch, that lower vibration. Okay, and that's the healing. It's so easy. It's so simple. I had somebody get a huge breakthrough today that's like, it's so simple. I just need to love. I just love, and it's just as simple as looking at yourself in the mirror. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love you. It seems so simple, but when's the last time you did it? We can have huge breakthroughs. Okay, right now. Okay, again, that's what happened. That's why growing pains, some of the worst pains, labor pains, this is carrying our truth with us, following our heart. Who knows better than us? And we are divine. We are divine. And I just have another note for you guys. Okay, I know we have, so our Mars retrograde squaring Saturn is going to be taking place from about September 15th to like 2 months later to November 13th. So, again, this anger management themes and, this misdirected hostility, which we're trying to just kind of get under. It's like take cover. It's exactly what we're trying to do. We got to go underground here. Go to the subconscious to fix this. Because you got to find the solution. It's like a Harry Potter film, you got to get to the underground, fight the, it literally is, because Harry Potter is one of those, it's like a myth. It's like a mythology of our time. The basement, is the subconscious, and the reptile, is our own really anger at this time, and just the cold world that's done anything to us ever, that we also carry internally now with us. Especially if we think, oh, it's not fair, victim mentality, and you're still writhing and steaming over stuff from so long ago. And it's dragging us down and making us, it's crumbling our lives. And we don't even equate what we're thinking and feeling, because when we get in this moment of anger, and it's that everything goes red, literally, you know what I mean? When everything goes red, what do? That's what I'm saying. You got to go back to your truths that you've learned. Because what else do you have? You won't have anything else. And if it hurts, look, I never noticed this, right going through his chest. He's bleeding. He's freaking out. He's in shock. Okay, that's what we do. Oh my God, we're going to die. No, he's not going to die. He's immortal. He's freaking out. And that's going to hurt him more than that is. He could just stand up, walk away, and everything's fine. He doesn't know that. Because it's an illusion. Because it's all in his head. This life is an illusion. This life is a hologram. Okay? This life is a hologram. What comes in is reflected, is, as with the lenses and everything, it gets, what do you call, I don't know, science terms. the reflections get shot everywhere and turned upside down, reversed and reflected, and here we go. Okay, but thank goodness, again, this new moon that we're having coming up, we're going to have a return of some much needed common sense. And again, that is this earthy energy that we have. It's a new moon in Virgo, so just wanted to throw that out there here. So there's a lot of learning. There's a lot of sharing. Okay. Make sure that you are communicating, that you are, it's like writing down stuff. Remember, taking notes on the things you're learning now, the lessons, so you don't forget them. Okay. Huge. Keep a huge aha moment journal, a lessons journal, lessons. Okay. Again, that's the looking on the bright side. That's a lifestyle for you. And it has to do with humility and being able to, it's being teachable, being able to learn a lesson, being able to say, hey, I was wrong. I'm going to do it differently next time. Okay. That's it. There doesn't have to be shame. We can let it go and say, you know what? I'm freaking human, and stop judging ourselves. Because again, all this Virgo energy, Virgo is very critical of itself. Okay. And again, it's been like this energy, like, oh, sick of our own shit, sick of our own shit, sick of our own shit. Well, we're sick of our own shit, but that's being sick of our own shit is actually going to help us change and become something better. And that's the process that we're all going through right now. And I'm going to leave you guys on that. Much love, many blessings. Take care. I will see you again tomorrow. Much love. Talk to you soon. Bye.